Okay, so we're talking about a bit about why we're here. We're going to try to get this 5-point thing together. So I guess we can just start working with that right now.
Well, I'm a sociology major, and I'm learning about social stratification this semester. I'm taking that class, so I feel like I have a lot of, I'm at least learning a lot about the literature about social stratification. So, that encompasses economic and structural, just in general. So, I don't know. I feel like people maybe don't understand. Not everyone knows what social stratification actually is. But, I don't know. If you can tackle the root issues to how it started, then you can kind of work from there, I guess.
How can we bring it, we're going to go focus down to the biggest core problem with, do you have a suggestion what the core issue might be?
Basically, it's what in New York, 99 versus 1. It's that 1% that holds all the power in our government because they have the economic capital. That's the basis of it all, I feel like.
I agree.
So.
Democracy is probably they don't care enough because they don't understand that. I think it's really important for the movement to stay away from party lines, definitely, because when you get into that, it's not going to accomplish anything.
I agree. And they're all corrupted at this point.
Yeah.
They're all corrupted.
Republican, Democrat, both are going to scream over it.
Yeah. Obama did nothing else but showed us that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had a so-called supermajority, and yet got fucked over by his own party.
He showed us change can't come from within.
It's got to start.
Which is good because there's, if it comes from within, it's one bullet away from that person being taken out. So I think it's better now that it's coming from a broad grassroots level. Finally, it's taking responsibility because that you can't stop. So maybe what you're saying, maybe education towards the reality.
There's the one big problem with that is in order for something like that to work, is a majority of people need to agree that needs to happen.
The biggest problem here is that
unfortunately, in America, because of the system, you need more than just a majority. You need a majority, and you need the majority of the majority. You need the majority of the doctors, the lawyers, the politicians. You don't just need a majority of all the poor people. That won't work.
Something that I also find really exciting about the Wall Street protests that are maybe different from other, protests against neoliberalism, capitalism, and all that, is that from what I've read, or my understanding is that it's also really reimagining the ways that we approach government and the way we approach politics and making our voice heard. And I would love to see Occupy Boone also kind of incorporate some of those same ideas, because I think, a lot of the times we could put on a great protest and have a really clear list of demands, and I think that we would still get shut down. I think that we would still get portrayed as violent, crazy, poor students in the media, terrorist, communists, which I don't think is a bad thing, but I think we would.
Or job destroyers.
Right. And I think the really cool part about what's going on at Wall Street right now is that in addition to fighting all of these really horrible structures, there's also push to really change how we think about government, or how we think about what is even government, and how we define ourselves. So I think for me, I would really like to see a broad mission statement that also wasn't just focused on fighting capitalism, because I've been to so many protests and I think it has to happen, but I just don't know how effective it is.
Apathy is a lack of education. Everybody's apathetic because they're either scared or they don't know what the hell is going on because of the lack of media coverage and how it's all corrupt. So if we educate people what things actually are, maybe have up a list of what, say, I can't think of a good example. How should we educate people?
I think teach-ins would be really cool. If part of the occupation, if we could mirror what's going on in New York and have
you do
teach
exactly
them,
have it
maybe even
down.
like small like coffee conversations with people, and just really make it about. I think we do really need to educate people. Like you said. Sorry, I didn't mean to derail your comment.
No, that's fine.
It's also important that we have a local element, in that we can be in solidarity with a national movement, but if we're going to be shown to have relevance, it will have a local element too, because we're going to have different views on whether capitalism can work, whether government can work. I like to see government as a collective effort. If it could be that, I think it'd be great. Democracy, I think at its heart is supposed to be that, in an ideal. But if we can act locally in a way that embodies these principles, then we'll maybe see some fruits in our efforts. I think a lot in terms of food, because
But if we start this as more of an anti-corporate movement, I mean, I know they're like the same thing at this point. Corporate and government, it's the same thing. I don't know, I feel like in Boone people will be more, sympathetic to our cry, especially since we, as a students, have so many numbers comparatively to the rest of the town.
I don't know. I'm kind of skeptical about that just because we've got so many students here. Our mommy and daddy's dying. We don't really know what's at stake. In my English class, this girl was complaining because her mom gave her a car. She got a hand-me-down car from her mom, and she was complaining about it. I was just like, bitch, are you for real? I had to buy my own car.
Well,
and so, I mean, I guess there are lots of students here, and they do have something at stake, but I don't know how many really understand what. Yeah.
Yeah, there's probably going to be happening that, or comparatively too. Like, there's going to be people come here that can consider Boone as their place, where they live. It's going to be their Occupy, and then there's going to be students, so they go home every summer. They're not actually having to pay for this. They're not working 40 hours a week. In Boone to live here.
yeah, but if you phrase it in the light of like promote the positive things that students have done for Boone through a local food movement and through like projects and internships and actually connecting with the community. I mean, especially like sustainable development, we've done so much stuff just to help promote community throughout Boone.
All the student volunteerism, all the ecological stuff that students have done, maintaining the trails, cleaning up, all the service they've done, food drives, etc.
Yeah, I mean, if you like go in it with that face, with that mask on, saying like, "This is what I represent," I know that you think that there are some people who do come in, fresh new crop every 4 years and like fuck up your shit, but there are people who do actually want to turn Boone into a better place that isn't gonna be a police state.
I think we should make the point that I don't know how you guys feel, but I think we're all here asking for what we deserve. We should demand what we deserve, what we think we deserve. I think everybody deserves these things we're asking for. Better representation.